All right, so we're going to get started because Facebook is not letting us be great. And we still want to have this mom talk for you to talk about how to be productive in 2020. I am Crystal Goliday, aka Coach Chris MG, and I want to have this monthly to basically provide you with tips and just tricks of the trade from super dope moms like Kellie, who we're going to have speak here today about how to be productive in 2020. So I'm not going to take much of the shine for this session. I do want to let you know that, I'm just an advocate for health, education. I'm a entrepreneur, but I'm also an engineer by trade, and just overall just trying to make life great for myself and others and just help out in any way I can. And I'm very resourceful, and I have a lot of dope moms in my network that I want to share with all of you. So without further ado, since we had technical difficulties and we're starting a little bit later than expected, I want to introduce you to Kellie. And Kellie, can you tell us about yourself?
Hi. Sure, yes. So my name is Kellie Sims. I live in Los Angeles. I'm originally from New York. I moved to LA about 7 years ago. I live here with my husband, Keegan. We have 2 children. I have a 3-year-old son and a 17-month-old daughter. We live in LA. I am a full-time attorney. I practice law here in LA, real estate finance law. I was at law firms for a while, but now I'm in-house at a real estate company. And I also, when I was 5 months pregnant with my daughter, who's 17 months old now, when I was 5 months pregnant with her, I started the Harmony Planners. So it's a stationary business. And right now my product is a day planner for us busy moms so that we can make sure our lives just flow in harmony because we have so much going on. So a tool to help us keep all of our priorities in place.
Awesome. It sounds like you're very, very busy. And thanks for everyone who's joined in. I just muted the participants. Just when you want to talk, you can unmute yourself. So tell me, Kellie, what do you find yourself doing the most just in your life and with your time?
What do I find myself doing the most? Honestly, I have a very regimented schedule, as you can probably tell, since I do like to plan so much. So most of my time, I do think a lot. I have a lot going on in my head because I have a lot going on in life, but I just plan it all out. However, outside of work, I really, really enjoy being a mom. So most of my time outside of work is spent with family and my children. So yeah, and I try to squeeze in a little me time there, but right now it just brings me so much joy and it lights me up to have that time with my kids while they're young.
So I know you said you wanted to have more me time. Is that something you want to do more with your time, or is there something else that you want to do more with your time?
Right now, I love having my children at this age. I love that they're so young and having the little pockets of time with them because I work long hours at my job. So when I'm not working and having that time with them, it's just such a blessing. And I know that I had children I started having children in my mid-30s, so I've had a lot of me time in my life. So, and I know my kids are only young for so long, so right now it's all about them, and me time will come again. But I try to sprinkle in pockets of it. So like 5 minutes of meditation, I wake up early so I can pray and just be by myself for a little while before my kids get up. But me time is there when I need to take it, but right now it's all about my kids. And my husband, my family.
I love that. I had my prince in my mid-30s as well, even though we don't look like we're in our 30s, 40s, whatever the case may be. But, so I definitely get it. But I know for me, I felt a sense like I lost myself a little bit with having a child. Because I jumped into it, and it was like full swing ahead, took time off of work, and thought about not going back and still doing entrepreneurial stuff. So it was just kind of like, he's a preschooler now, so I'm just finding myself, and this topic is going to help me too. So if you could share with us some tips on to help us in our mom tribes to be more productive, that would be super helpful.
Yeah. And just to touch on that, I guess I didn't feel thrust into it because it was a challenge for me to have children. So by the time we had our children, I was so ready. Like it took us fertility issues. It took us years. So when I had our children, I was like, oh yeah, I'm so ready for this. So that's probably why I didn't feel thrust into it, because I was waiting for so long. But some productivity tips. My first tip is to really get everything out of your head. It's so difficult with us moms. We have so much going on in our heads and our phones. We just get pulled in a million directions, so many demands, that I'm a huge proponent of the brain dump. That's why in my planner, one of the first pages for every month is a brain dump, to get just everything out of your head, whether it's doctor's appointments, it's your manicure, pedicure, meetings, children's events that they need to attend, just getting it out of your head to create that mental space so that we can free up some space to prioritize everything on our list, because if it's in our head, it just gets jumbled. Mm-hmm. So my first tip would be to get everything out on a brain dump. And if you're open to really going back to what we call the old days now, try to use pen and paper, because it's challenging, for me at least, with a digital calendar. I mean, I definitely put things on my calendar to remind me for later, but pen and paper, if it's a planner, that's fine. But if not, even a notebook, just getting things down in pen and paper, because our phones sometimes can be such a distraction. There are pop-ups, there are reminders, there are apps. We have Facebook, Instagram, which are awesome to connect with friends, but sometimes you really just need to have that mental space and that clarity to have a piece of paper, just doing your paper, getting your priorities down. So I really do think getting it all down and using pen and paper could really be a game changer.
Awesome. Thank you for that. And I know you had mentioned you're an entrepreneur, like you have the Harmony Planner, and I talked about it when I shared about this event. I have my 2019 one here, and I've been using it, and I have my 2020 ready to go. And those who have participated, who came on Facebook Live as well as here on Zoom, will be pulling a name out of the hat. And then that winner will be contacting Kellie to get their 2020 planner. But can you talk about how you started your business? Because I know there are some people who are interested in that. And, also having multiple streams of income is always nice. So can you talk about that?
Yes, for sure. For sure, yeah. So, again, I started the planner business when I was 5 months pregnant with my daughter. My son was probably about a year and a half at that point, a little younger than a year and a half. And life was just insane for me. I mean, I was still working as an attorney full-time during the day, then coming home to my husband, my child, and knowing that I was going to bring another child into this world, I said, I have to really get my life in order and feel like I am in control of my days instead of my days controlling me. So I went back to the days, I just thought back, like, gosh, when were those days that I felt super in control and organized? And it really brought me back to like law school and college days when I had my paper planner with me. So I was like, let me just get everything out, because I just wasn't using a planner. For some reason, it just escaped me for several years. And then I just started using a planner again, and realized when I started to get organized that way and plan my days out so I can just wake up in the morning and not get distracted by what I think should be done. When I have my plan set out, I usually start my weekly plan on a Sunday. And when I wake up Monday morning, Tuesday morning, and just look at my plan, it's just like, all right, I know what I have to do. I just start going down that list. That's what really inspired me to create the planner. And yes, I definitely believe in multiple streams of income. I just think you don't want to be pigeonholed. I don't want to be controlled. Again, I don't want my days to control me. I don't want someone else to control how my finances are going to look in the future either. So I want to have at least one way to fall back on. I want to, and also, I was going to say, also, I lived through the recession back in 2007 to 2010. And it was a scary time. And knowing that I had only one stream of income there and my legal job to hold me through, luckily I didn't, there were no issues with layoffs or anything, but just having that concern, I wanted to make sure I was in control this time. And I had other means of income coming in and not just relying on one source.
And then as when you're a mom, you also have that additional responsibility for your children who didn't have to be here. So you have to, make it work. And as moms, we do make it work.
Yeah.
And I will say, I wanted to add from your planner, which I love. I fell in love with it since I started using it, and that's how we connected, because I was posting about it, because I got it at the Mom Friends.
Yes, thank you.
Back in May.
Yes,
I love how it has like where you can put your favorite recipes. It talks about your goals for the month. It talks about the brain dump. But for your goals, it's not just write your goals. It gives you topics like spiritually, family, professional, physical, financial, other. And so it's not just your typical planner. You just write in it. It really has you think, like kind of like a journal too. So, and it's created for moms by moms. So why not? You know?
Right. Yeah.
So yeah.
I wanted it to be all encompassing, because I just wanted to carry something around with me where it just had every aspect of my life accounted for. So, and that recipes page I use so often, because sometimes life just gets so hectic that it's like, I want this, I don't want to eat out. I want something quick and easy to cook, but my brain is like freezing on me. So just having that reference check there has been helpful for me.
And do you have any other special features in your planner that you want to talk about?
Yes. One that I love is the water tracker. So every day there are 8 droplets of water you can fill in. And exactly. Because, just life gets away from you. So I literally keep my planner open on my desk all day long. And sometimes it's kind of fun just coloring it in. It's almost like my little coloring book. But it's a reminder for me to make sure I drink my water every day. So there's 8 droplets, and you can just fill them in as you drink your water every day. So I enjoy that part of the planner. And then the planner begins with those monthly goals, but then in the end, there's monthly reflection. So at the end of every month, as you close out the month, you get an opportunity to check back on your goals that you set during the beginning of the month to see how far you've come and what you have to improve on for the following month.
And one thing, attention to detail, I pay attention to that. On the edges, you know, sometimes when you have a book for a whole year, it may mess up and stuff like that. The books are hard, but then they also have the edge protectors for the edges.
Yes.
So thank you for that, because after a month with having a book, putting it in a bag and all that, it kind of gets a little
that was important to me. That was important to me, and I want it to be a keepsake too. I don't want it to just be thrown away after the year. So I want it to hold up. So
love it. And like with me, my mom transitioned, so I'm cleaning out up her stuff, and she has some stuff of mine. So I see like my planners from like high school. And they're like beat up, but I'm like looking like, oh, these are my notes. So yes,
right. It's like a memory book. You read back and there's memory book. And in the 2020 planner, there's a place to put mommy's memories, because I can tell you, I'm not good with keeping scrapbooks or books for my children, but I wanted a place in the planner so that I can keep like my child's first step or whatever, a cute little giggle or something that happened in exchange that we had. So that's in the 2020.
Did you see my reaction? I'm like,
I know.
Because I have like folders in my picture thing in my phone, like, oh, I'm going to make a photo album. Oh, I'm going to do this, or videos. I'm like going to go to YouTube and did not upload them yet.
It never happens. Yeah.
Perfect. So I know we wanted to keep this under 15 minutes because, you know, as moms, we're busy and we need to get our rest too, because that's very important. So do you want to close with any tips or any parting words? And then we're going to open the floor for some questions for our participants.
Sure.
But do you have any things you want to say in closing?
Yes, for sure. So I just want to say that planning does not have to be a long, drawn-out process. Sometimes it seems intimidating, but I promise you, if you just start with like 10, 15 minutes, one day a week, I choose Sundays to plan my week. And again, just like maybe take a couple of minutes, get everything out of your head, put it on a brain dump, and then start plugging in all of those items on your brain dump into every single day of that week. And if you find that like things can't get accomplished in those 7 days, that's fine. Just like roll it over, but at least get it down on paper so that you can have a place to look at all of your priorities. So yes, just get it out and just start, because it's not as difficult as it seems.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And I do want to let you all know that we are on Facebook. You see our tags with us being on Facebook because you were able to come over here. But then we're also on Instagram. So I am at Coach Chris MG. M as in McGee, G as in Goliday. And then Kelly is at the Harmony Planners. And then Kelly, do you have another site that you want to talk about? Is that the one you want them to connect with?
The Harmony planners is good. I don't really even remember my personal site, so that one's good.
I understand. So what we'll do is open the floor for any questions, and then I'll come back with any closing remarks. So if you have any questions, feel free to open up your mic. I know we had some joiners come in after a little bit later. And no pressure to ask any questions. I know this is some stuff you may want to digest. As you think about questions, I'll ask you one more time. I want to let you know that I'm going to have the next Mom Talk on Monday, January 27th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And it's going to be with Shantana May. She's a health advocate, and she has this book. And we'll be talking more about being a health advocate for yourself, your family, and others. Because, health is wealth, ladies. And we're going to keep these dialogues and conversations going. I'm going to post this video on Facebook and so that we can have it, and then also on YouTube, and go through the comments that you have for us and any questions that you have for us if you don't have any here today. And then over the next day, for those who participated on Facebook and then also here, I will pick a name out the hat. I may have my prince do it. And then you, a lucky participant, will get the Harmony Planner 2020. Okay? So I will ask, Katrina, if you can put on Facebook your last name. I just want to make sure I have the right Katrina. Or you can put it in a message here, if you know how to do that. Or open up your mic. Okay. All right. So one last time, going once, going twice. Are there any more questions or comments? Oh, I hear a princess in the background.
I don't know whose mic that is.
I think it's Carol. I think that's Alana. Okay, is that you? Okay, we'll figure it out. But all right.
Yes, that's me.
All right. Hi. Thanks for joining.
And Katrina just wrote her last name there.
Awesome. Yes, Katrina. I thought it was you. I just wanted to make sure.
Hi, sorry. I was trying to unmute, and I was like, oh, how do I click this?
It's all good. Facebook wasn't allowing us to be great, and then, we on to the next technology, But do you have any questions, Katrina?
I don't. Someone should be asleep right now, but they're not. So I'm going to do that.
I hear my little one upstairs too. So fun times, right?
Right.
Mom life.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks for this. I definitely love a good planner, so I am interested in checking out the Harmony Planner.
And I will say this. I know Kelly had provided me with a discount code before. But when you go on the Harmony Planner's Instagram page, and she also has a page on Facebook, follow her just to make sure, there may be some discounts if you're not the lucky winner. Or just purchase it. We need to support one another. So, and it's not.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I'm more than happy to offer a discount code to everyone because I just really want to help moms get their lives together and organized and planned out. So please feel free to use the code Harmony 2020, and that one's 35% off if you use that code.
Ooh, love it.
Yeah.
And I'm all about us supporting our mom community. I have Charmaine Ford, she does my braids. I had Shop M. Ross that I have a sweatshirt on. Just got these at the Mom Friends, Zenny Opticals, and I have it, what is it called? A monogram on there. So, we all can win together. So if you
Absolutely. There's space for everyone. We are all in it together.
Mm-hmm. So I want to say just thank you, Kelly, for being our first guest mom on the inaugural Mom Talk with Crystal Goliday, aka Coach Chris MG.
Thank you so much for having me. I enjoyed it so much. I really did. Thank you.
And working through all the technical difficulties, right?
It's fine. It's fine. It's early out here, so I'm good.
And then thank you for everyone that, went through this technical difficulty process with us or watching the recording. And I look forward to announcing the winner probably tomorrow. But if he's up, I may just put the names in the hat and do it tonight. But I will do that on a Facebook Live and tag Kelly so that she's aware. But the winner will email her. Okay?
Awesome.
All right. Thank you. Peace and blessings to all of you. And next month will be Monday, January 27th at 7 p.m. And also feel free to let me know any topics or any people you think will be good to be a guest mom on Mom Talk. Thank you, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.